And then me and him had to stare out for about 2 minutes. I'm thinking, fuck, I'm done. Like, he's gonna sack me, I don't know what the fuck. And he looked at me like this, and he went, I like you. And walked off. And I'm going,
What were some of your best jobs back then in terms of presenting? What gigs did you get?
oh my God, where do we start, man? I've done it all. I interviewed Jackie Chan, Spike Lee, Jennifer Lopez, Halle Berry. Like, I've done the VMAs, presented awards at the Mobos. Too many opportunities. I had my own show on Trouble TV. Like, I've lived a life, man. Like
Trouble TV, I remember.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what was on it. Was that what Sweet Valley High was on?
That's right. That's correct.
Fucking love
Bloody
Sweet Valley
hell,
High.
fuck my life. Sweet Valley High. This classic program.
I used to race home from school for that.
Oh my God. And you remember the great, obviously we could go way back. We could go Saved by the Bell if you want to go deeper.
Yeah.
With Screech and all that. But yeah, that's when it changed, man. And even around that time, that's when I shot my first film with Steven Seagal, Out for a Kill. So that was a weird day too, because
Tell me about what was that? I didn't know about that.
I was on the way to the MOBO Awards. No, sorry, it was the week of the MOBO Awards. It was the year after we won it, and I was presenting an award to Miss Dynamite. And at the time, my father's managing me, and he's like, she had a call from Jeremy Zimmerman. And I'm like, the big casting director, Jeremy Zimmerman, he's like casted Batman and things like that. And even films way before that. He said, yeah, he wants you to come in for a reading for a Steven Seagal film. I'm like, what the hell? I said, this is a joke. I went in, done the reading, and then the next day, my dad's like, you've got it. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you have to fly to Bulgaria straight after the MOBO Awards. And then since that day, me and Steven Seagal has been friends ever since.
Oh, you still know him today?
Hi, man.
What's he like? 'Cause I mean, as a kid, I was a massive Seagal fan. You always think, as a bystander, it's sad. I mean, everyone gets old, don't they? But it's sad how different he looks now. I mean, he was. Not only did he have all the moves and stuff back then, but he was so thin and good looking.
Yeah, man, he's the man.
He just, for a bystander, he kind of looks like he's got old and weird. But what's he like?
He's the man. I'm
Googling this movie to see which one it is, because I've seen it. Out for a Kill. I've seen every Seagal movie about 10 times.
Put Michael Harvey Out for a Kill.
I tell you, last night I watched. I love a bit of old stuff, so I downloaded a 1990 Jean-Claude Van Damme one last night, which was Death Warrant.
Oh, come on, man! You're talking all my classic films, bro.
I got up early to go to the gym this morning. It was too tired to go. I had to finish it.
Do you want to go Bloodsport? Do you want to go Kickboxer? Do you want to go Death Warrant? What's the one? Double Impact?
Double Impact. I love Double Impact.
Come on, man! We're showing our age now, aren't we, Matt? Definitely. These are all films I grew up on. But yeah, Steven's a great man. He's a great man.
Just looking for the box to see if I recognise it.
Is it a box with him? What's on the box?
He's holding a gun.
That's
like
right.
That,
yeah. We shot it in Bulgaria, and
What was your part? What did you do?
Me and him. So I got caught on like the Kazakhstan border, and then me and him was in jail together. He got framed because he's like a doctor. You know Steven Seagal films. You know the narrative, man. He's gonna come back and get revenge on some fucker. And then me and him spent time in jail in the scene, and then once he got out of the jail, then my role was done. But that was like my first ever acting role. And we just became friends ever since. And then I spent time with him in Bulgaria. And then I flew to LA. I was presenting T4 in LA, and that's when I went to his house. And then me and him went out for dinner. And that was one of the most crazy nights, because we get in a car at the time, like a kind of, I wouldn't say it was because G-Wagons wasn't out then, but it was like a Mercedes Jeep. And as we're leaving the house, he's looked after by LAPD. So I knew the guy that looks after him, because I knew him from when we shot in Bulgaria. That's like the guy, his bodyguard. And the guy looks at me, and he's kind of like, his wife goes to him, "You sure it's safe for you to go out?" And I'm thinking, safe? What's he going on about? Like, and then we're walking out the door in his big house in the Hollywood Hills. And I'm getting in the car, he calls me Michael, because I'm just going to take Michael for dinner. And then his LAPD guy's like, oh, fucking hell, and he's like strapped back, gun in his waist, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I'm like, then I clocked, obviously, he had a contract on him, didn't he, from the Italian family.
Oh, I remember reading about it at the time.
And obviously, like, they've got a contract on him, but Steven Seagal don't fear no one, and he's well protected too. I think he's protected like by triads and all that. So then we get in this car and we're restaurant. And obviously I'm thinking, great, I'm getting in the car with Steven Seagal, and he's got a contract on him, and I'm in this car. This is fucking brilliant. And then we get in the car, and we're in a bomb-proof car, mate. The car's bomb-proof. And we went for dinner in LA. We had a cracking night. But I just remember, like, when we got out of the car, man, his security guy was just so on point. He had all these guys, you know, they're checking the car and getting out and what's around in here. And we're going in the back way of the restaurant. I'm thinking, fuck my life. That was my luck. And we had a cracking night. But I got love for the guy, man. He just showed me, like, he's a spiritual man. I remember sitting in his house in LA and there's like a Chinese woman with a briefcase. And she like opens a briefcase and he's just got like wads of cash. He's just giving her like wads of cash, and she's like taking this cash and then she's closing the briefcase. And do you know what it was in the briefcase?
Cool.
It was spiritual beads. It's just beads. They have all different meanings and things. So she was the woman that, you know, sold him these beads, and he used to wrap them around his hands, and this bead means peace and this one means whatever it is.
Well, you always see him do that in the movies, don't you?
Yeah. He's a deep guy, man. I mean, some of the conversations, I remember being in a hotel, the Sheraton Hotel in Bulgaria with him. And me and him, he was playing a guitar because he loves his reggae. And he put me on the phone to Marcia Griffiths, the reggae singer, because that's his good friend. And if you're a Jamaican boy, Marcia Griffiths is massive in your household. She's like a Jamaican singer. And he was friends with her. And then one night, like, he was making me like, in the hotel, he was making me like recite lines of one of his films. Because I said to him, I said to him, Stephen, one of my favourite films of yours is Mark for Death. Remember Mark for Death when he has a battle against
Mark for Death, yeah,
battle against the Yardies. And it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's where there was the
Screwface, the voodoo.
Yes, the voodoo guy.
Yeah, but there was actually two of them.
Yeah.
And he shot so many films. He's going to me, fuck me, Michael, man. I forgot some of the lines from it. Do you remember them? Because do you remember them? I goes, in South London, that film was fucking massive. And he made me recite some of the lines to him, and like he's crying to his stomach because he forgot some of them. I remember saying to him, there's a line when the guy goes to him, do you remember the scene when the guy jumps out the window? So Steven Seagal, because Steven Seagal's character in Mark for Death is called Hatcher, the copper.
Yeah.
And he catches one of the Yardies in the room, but the guy basically says to him, Screwface would give me 100 more debts worse than you.
Yeah.
So find him your fucking self, and jumps out the window.
Yeah, I do remember.
Because he's so loyal to his boss that he'd rather kill himself than Steven Seagal nick him. And I kept saying that line to Steven Seagal, and I remember he was in the room like rolling. He's like, I remember that line. I remember how many takes we done, and I was thinking, shit, this guy's shot me so many films. He doesn't even remember his own lines or some of the scenes. And yeah, he's a good man. I got so much love for Steven, man.
Did he teach you any fight moves?
No, but I watched it live. He was a bit older then when we done Out for a Kill. Wasn't as mobile as he used to be. But I remember why he respected me, because he tried to intimidate me at first, but he does it on purpose. So what he's done is he's walked to my trailer to meet me, and he's got all like this massive entourage with him. And then the director or one of the runners has said, oh, hi Stephen, this is Michael. He'll be playing blah blah. And he's kind of like sized me up. And at the time, funny enough, I got a prison outfit on. I got my outfit on that I'm going to shoot on set. And he's kind of like sized me up like this. And he went, like looking at me, and I'm thinking, fuck my life, this is Steven Seagal. Then he went to me, are you the rapper? So I went, I don't really know how to answer this. And I went, so I literally went like this, I went, yeah? And he went, well, I don't want you to be a fucking rapper. And I kind of looked at him like, and I went, well, I'm not here to be a fucking rapper. And then me and him had to stare out for about 2 minutes. I'm thinking, fuck, I'm done. Like, he's gonna sack me, I don't know what the fuck. And he looked at me like this, and he went, I like you. And walked off. And I'm going, but we shot the scene, me and him had a right laugh. And then he says, come in my trailer and they have some food. They had all this like fucking Japanese food and all this. And we just sat in the trailer eating food, and we never said a word to each other. And then during the night, when we were back at the hotel, having like a crew party and a laugh, he went to me, I like you, when you're comfortable in your own skin. And I said, mate, with the greatest respect, you're a legend, but I don't get intimidated by people. I don't give a fuck who you are, Matt. So I said, if he's comfortable just eating food and not talking, I'm not going to talk. I'm not just going to talk for the sake of talking. And yeah, I think he just respected the way I moved because he knew I was real. You know what I mean? I wasn't in awe of him. I respected him. Steven Seagal was my childhood. I did have little visions in my head of being in a fucking mirror going like that when I was a kid, but I'm not going to show that to him. To me, like, you're just a human being. You know what I mean? So That simple.
I'm desperate to learn that move, you know, where he does it in every film, where he just sometimes grabs a hand somehow, and it doesn't matter how big or strong they are. It's like 3 fingers, and he's got them
literally
moving around.
A notorious Steven Seagal move. I'll be like, is it pressure points? How are you doing this? But who fucking knows?